How do I teach my child about money? That's a great question. I love it because it's the first one you should be asking if you want your child to understand the value of a dollar, become financially literate, and grow into a money-savvy adult. I'm going to tell you in this video the principles I've tried and tested to effectively get children on that path. I've used these in my own home as well as with our sense of responsibility community. The first thing you need to do to effectively teach your child about money is to give them some of their own. Ownership of money gives someone an entirely different perspective on it. That old acronym, OPM, other people's money, well, it comes with a host of issues. Your child's attitude towards your money is going to be completely different from the attitude towards their own money. Ownership over money comes with a sense of freedom and a totally different level of responsibility. Without ownership, your child's relationship with money can only go so far. There are two ways for them to get their own money, of course. It can be given or it can be earned. Given money might come from a gift, the tooth fairy, allowance, or any other source. Earned money inherently comes with work of some sort, whether from chores, an actual job, or some entrepreneurial effort. And there's other ways too, of course. But make no mistake, money that's owned, whether it's earned or given, it can all be treated equally with respect to teaching your child. Lessons from one might be different, but they're not better or worse than the other. Both income sources should land your child in the same place, with money of their own and some measure of freedom to use it, make mistakes with it, and learn from it. The second thing you need to teach your child about money is strategy. As humans, we solve all problems the same way. We take time to understand an issue, devise a strategy to overcome it, we implement that strategy, and then review that process for improvements. We do this naturally for all sorts of problems that we don't even think about consciously. Strategy is a natural process. It's just with money, most parents don't know where to begin, and even less know what to do once they start. But strategy is critical because you can't function without it. When it comes to money, some parents will need a very detailed strategy, others not so much. What exactly are you strategizing for? Specifically, you're looking for a strategy to create opportunities for your child to practice good financial habits with the money they own. I'm going to say that again, and then I'm going to break it down. You're looking for a strategy to create opportunities for your child to practice good financial habits with the money they own. So again, I'm going to break that down. We all spend and borrow, and to a varying degree, we all want to save, invest, and donate also. In my line of work, I get to see the way a lot of people treat their money. And hands down, those with the best habits are the adults who have been practicing them for the longest amount of time. Those that started off mindfully spending, saving, investing, donating, and borrowing. When they were young, they're better at it. It's really not that different from riding a bike. It's a lot easier to be a good rider today if you learned and you practiced a whole lot when you were a kid. The same goes for basically every sport. You can create valuable practice opportunities for your child with all sorts of strategies. You just need to find the one that you can make definable and repeatable in your own home. That leads to the third component that you need to successfully teach your kids about money, and that's consistency. Anthony Robbins, the famed motivational speaker, once said, "It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, it's what we do consistently." He couldn't have been more spot on. I teach people about money for a living, and even I failed at educating my kids at first. I tried to give them an allowance each week, and it just didn't work. Our house was too busy. Epic failure because I chose a strategy that we couldn't execute. So I switched to monthly allowance. That was years ago, and their money education absolutely took off as soon as we made that change. Why? Certainly not because the content of our discussions were different. It's because we were consistent. Dedicated monthly conversations that last about 45 minutes to an hour have completely transformed the relationship my children have with money. And the same for a host of parents that we've mentored. The first Sunday of the month is not just Allowance Day in our house. It's Allowance Day for our whole sense of responsibility community, because it's a day we can all rally behind to help keep each other consistent. So there you have it. 3 things you need to keep in mind as you start your child on a path to one day becoming a financially literate, money-savvy adult. Ownership, strategy, and consistency, all designed to give them practice. If you want some of those GPS directions for that path, I hope you'll check out more of our content. In the meantime, teach sensibly.